every other store that reopens, they're holding like crazy heat for this store reopening to celebrate it, for it to be an event. Hey, what up, and welcome to another episode of Creased. On today's episode, man, we go to two different sneaker store openings. We had a Foot Locker this is about the third location that they've been in within a shopping centre here in Newcastle. They get a brand new store, much bigger, everything like that. And then I also got an invite from Jay from the Kickstand to come check out this resale store. So let's do that and compare the two openings, everything like that. Now, first off, I knew this was happening. It had been rumoured, everything like that within the Foot Locker. I know the guys there, good rapport with them. They were telling me they also did like a sale before they did move to try and clear some stuff. You had sale stuff and also had an extra 50% off. You could get like tans for like $100. It was nuts. There was nothing really that I wanted or needed, but it was cool. But you see the signs here, and then you've also got where they're setting up here. Initially, when you see all that, you go, man, this is going to be huge. But you'll find out, like, it's bigger, but like not that big. But as it got closer to the day, I was trying to like see what we were getting. Like, you know, when Foot Locker does something like this, they do, you know, they hold stock for it, they make a big event, they do all this, you know, there's been in recent times lost and founds, Bread 4's even kept. Like, it'd be interesting to see what Foot Locker has in the vault, like, right now, because it's nuts. So, they do all this, usually, gets to the night before, and one of the guys messages me and says, nothing. They said they got a couple women's pairs, that's it. Still come in though. Of course I'm going to come in and see the new store and everything like that, but very disappointing. Newy, just when I think you can't disappoint me anymore, we get a brand new Foot Locker. Bigger, better, all this. When they do this type of thing, usually they hold pairs for the grand opening and it's an ordeal. New, and Foot Locker didn't even announce it. Well, initially I thought, you know, they're going to let the locals get first dibs rather than all the resellers coming up from Sydney, but nothing. Got the heads up the night before. Frozen Moments and Satin Breads, biggest size is a US 10 in women's, so no good for me. But we'll go check it out, but I don't think we need the camera. So the positives of that, you know, the Palomino 3s, I mean, I've already got them somewhere. We're recently doing a thing where I just put them wherever instead of having them grouped together. So then eventually one day when I show the whole collection, it's not just Air Max 1s, 90s, 4s, 3s, 1s, whatever, but I do got them, you've seen it. But that's a shoe that came out, what, like a month or two ago? It's been sitting in Sydney for ages. It's great that they're finally here in Newcastle. It would have been good if I didn't have to go to Sydney to purchase them, but 5s, 6s, 7s, it's all just stuff that's been sitting in Sydney for months. Now, we did have the satin breads, which only dropped that weekend. That'd be cool too if Foot Locker didn't only go up to size 10 in women's. Everyone knows that that's going to be a pair that other people want outside of women. Your boutiques will go up to 12. Don't know why Foot Locker can't do it, but they had the Frozen Moments as well. Really nice shoe, again, only up to size 10, so I can't participate. There was a bunch of other things. They did like a pretty big TN restock, which, you know, that's cool. I got a few pairs of TNs. I probably don't need any more myself, but they had itchy and scratchy things. They had, you know, random stuff. They had newer stuff than when they shut down, which is cool. But every other store that reopens, they, you know, they're holding like crazy heat for this store reopening to celebrate it, for it to be an event. It really showed the true colours and how Newcastle like continually gets disrespected in this way, when they didn't even share that the store was being reopened until I think on the day. Now initially when that happened, I was like, alright, cool, they're going to give locals a chance to get these pairs, because like if they announce it that they've got lost and founds, all this type of stuff, people are going to be camping there from 4 AM, and your regular people that would be shopping in that shopping centre aren't going to get them. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But they will be getting, I believe, 3s and 4s, so I won't have to go to Sydney for certain things, which would be good. But what really infuriated me was later that day, they announced a restock on taxis, lost and founds, lucky green highs, all this stuff that you would think that they would announce for a brand new store opening. In the past they have. Maybe they did hold it for the store and then they go, it's Newcastle, nah, we'll just send it to Pitt Street Mall. Or George Street, I think it was. They re-released them then, and like straight away you're going to have people in Sydney camping out from 4 AM, so the same people that probably already copped in one of these already got them, and now they've probably already sold them since. I saw stuff that day on Facebook Marketplace, Foot Locker stock from this, so good job. I'm disappointed. Newcastle sneakerheads are disappointed, the ones that I was talking to. I know staff members that were disappointed. It's a slap in the face. Like, they had extra stuff there, they had all this. It's like they had an event without an event. There was so many staff there on the day for no reason. Like, they brought in stuff from other stores, everything like that, but for what? They didn't even announce that it was happening. Ridiculous. But like I said, Jay from the Kickstand invited me to this resale store who they're opening their 5th store, I want to say. So the Good Kid, I think I've been to the one in Newtown before, and I've definitely been to the one in Parramatta recently. This is going to be their 5th store, which is crazy. The resale market meant to be dying down, everything like this. These guys are opening their 5th store. Let's check that out. Alright, we're about to do something completely different. We've been invited, thanks to Jay from the Kickstand. We're about to go check out a store opening. It's a resale store. I can't remember the name. It'll definitely be in there at some point, but yeah, like this is their newest store. They're got an event, free food, free drinks, giveaways, so let's go. When I get there, I have no idea where it is. So I go upstairs in the Zetland building and it takes me to an Audi dealership, which is weird. Like, second floor of a shopping center is a dealership, but persist, find it, everything like that. Get there and it like feels like an event. I'm greeted at the door by the owners and they see the camera and then they're like, yo, are you shooting? Like, what's going on? And I told him that Jay had told me to come through. He's like, oh, dope. He's like, we don't actually have anyone doing any shooting or whatever. So if you can like get some photos and video, we'll look after you. I'm like, all right, sweet, no worries. We'll go into full videographer mode, photographer, all that type of stuff. And then also get my own content. So shout outs to Lachlan. I've been in talks with him, so he's going to look after me, but check it out for yourselves. How is it though?
We're at the Good Fit opening at Zetland.
Cool store.
Eating my chocolate dessert.
Initially I didn't realise, but I do. I have been here before. I've been here before once. I think I met up with a dude to buy some mids. What else would you do in Zetland?
I don't know.
Oh no. You are going to have to buy that box logo. There's a chocolate discount though, yeah?
Yeah, no.
That's what we're saying. They're like, they put these out for a reason.
It's too good.
Where did he go wrong?
Just buy it. Yeah, don't mess it on the front. Although the chocolate was free, it was very expensive. Crazy store. So much money in this store.
Where did he go wrong?
My initial thoughts of the store was it's got everything that's sort of within that world at the moment. You know, your Essentials, your Supreme, your Travis Scott, Dunks, everything like that. But I want to say they obviously know their markets, right? Because the store at Parramatta has like Jordans, TNs, like all this crazy heat, whereas they've got like Dunks, Jordan 1 lows, everything like that, that more GR type stuff. And when I was talking to a couple of guys, they're like, yeah, that's the type of stuff that's going to sell here. And I'm like, that's interesting that you can sort of have 5 different stores and they've all got different vibes. Obviously, if people are after certain things, they've got 5 different stores, so you'd be able to get them from anywhere else. But yeah, it was cool. They put on some drinks, they put on some food, desserts, which come back to bite a few people later. But it was just a really fun event. I hung around I was only going to breeze in and out, and I ended up hanging around for about an hour or so, just because it was so much fun. Caught up with people that I knew. Obviously, Jay invited me out. Then I saw Lee Monroe, who I know through music. We've been knowing each other for years. Done, shows together, things like that, been on the same bill. But then when I was doing a podcast around like hip hop, I did like a deep like 2-hour plus interview with him, going through his history. Julian was there, Kicks and Craze. Julian was there. There was a bunch of other people there that I've seen around events and everything like that. So it was cool. It was just fun hanging out with everyone. But before we wrap this little section up, because they did good, man. Like, they had giveaways, they, inviting people in. Like, from what I understood the event to be, was like an invite only type thing. But people are walking past, checking it out. They're like, no, come in, get some food. Like, very welcoming community type vibe. Now, obviously, being that type of store, it's resale prices. For me, I'm retail. That's it. But there's obviously a market for it. They're in a very central location within the city. They've got heaps of other stores. They're thriving, so they know what they're doing. And let's check out some heat that they had, because it wasn't all just that type of stuff. There were just a few things that I noticed, and it could just be like maybe they didn't get stuff in time. I'm not too sure, but they still had Jordan 3s, 4s, and everything on the wall. But like the main central focus seemed to be like Yeezys, Dunks, a few SB Dunks, Jordan 1 lows, that type of stuff. But let's check out some heat that they did have, and a few pieces that people had on feet. Now you got Foot Locker opening up, reopening a store within the same center, bigger location, everything like that, versus a resale store that made a proper event out of it, right? Pros and cons of both. Foot Locker, they did nothing for it. The staff could have put the balloons up for all I know. They booked a lot of staff to be there, but like there was no reason almost. It's like it's an event without an event. I believe on the Saturday they had a DJ and stuff like that, but yeah, it was just, the staff felt awkward. Like, why is there so many people here? I want to say there's like 8 staff in the store at one time, like on a Friday morning. There's no real point for that. But on the other hand, you've got, I want to say within the resale store, they probably had Lachlan, who I met. There's another dude who was an owner. So probably 2 dudes compared to all those people there. They've put this food on, they've put drinks on, you know, they don't know. They're inviting these people out or whatever. They don't know they're going to sell anything on the day. Except for the fact that they put out these chocolate custard tiramisu type things. There's a bunch of people wearing white shirts. That's why I do not wear white, is because I'm an absolute grub. Poor Julian, all over his shirt, ruined it. End up with Andre 3 stacks Supreme shirt. So maybe it was like a smart ploy to get those type of things that potentially could stain your shirt, so you need to buy another one. I don't know. For me, if you look at the events on the day, I feel like I had a lot more fun at the Good Kid event, but it's also in Sydney, in the middle of like Zetland. Foot Locker's around the corner from me. I'd much rather pay retail than resale, so even though I feel completely disrespected, and I feel like most sneakerheads within Newcastle do, I feel like even the staff felt disrespected. I don't want to mention any names, get no one in trouble, but I've had conversations. And look, let's just hope that now we start getting some stuff, because back in the day, like, we used to get every release. Was it every release? It was most releases. Like Black Cement 3's dropped there, Bread 4's dropped there, Bread 11's dropped there, Cool Grey 4's dropped there. What else? I feel like most of my 3's from that period, like, I got in store, we lined up, everyone was in line, we worked out who was getting what size, everything like that. So we worked out, like, so we made sure everyone got a pair. There was a nice little community feel about that. And that was something that I felt the Good Kid store had. It was really dope. A bunch of people that I either had on Instagram or whatever. And yeah, it was fun. Both have their place within this world. Both went at it differently, for better or worse. But hey, we love sneakers. It is what it is. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? What do you feel about, like, them doing a brand new store in Newcastle, having nothing for the release, and then sending what I feel like was held for that store just to Sydney anyway? Feels like a slap in the face. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We'll be back twice a week. Peace.